Well, hey folks, listen, I got my hands on the Jeremy Koling Tempo, and I'm going to do a quick look at it and compare it to the Entropy and the Envy, just to kind of give you an idea of where it falls into all those. And then I'm also going to compare it to the new Star Pig, just so you can see a little bit about the stability. So this is going to be down and dirty, quick and easy, but hopefully that's going to give you a little bit more idea about the tempo. Let's check it out right after the intro. Okay, so the numbers on these, you've got the Envy, which is a 3302. Then you've got the Envy, which is a 4303. And the Tempo is a 442.5. And I really do think that's going to play out. From what I've seen, the Tempo is going to push just a little straighter and then fade with a good fade, but it's not going to dump quite as hard as the Entropy. And so I would really put them on the stability scale like this. Okay, let's see if that holds true. So full disclosure, this is not a brand new Envy, so it's got a little more straightness than regular, but it's only got a 2 fade versus a 2.5 and a 3. So it's still going to be a little straighter just to begin with, and it's a speed 3. All right, so now I'm just going to throw these straight out here. And I even released that one on a little bit of hyzer, and it popped up and held straight with a little touch of hyzer and just faded at the end. It's a nice straight pushing with a decent fade at the end. All right, now I'm going to do the Tempo. This is the one that people want to see. I'm going to try to throw this nice and flat. I threw that a little bit in hyzer, and you see it just straightened up and pushed straight. That's what I found with this Tempo. It's not as much of a approach dumping disc as it is a pushing disc with a little stability at the end. Let's compare it to the Entropy. Full disclosure, there is a bit of a tailwind, kind of a left to right, more over the shoulder than anything. Throw that flat and you see how it just wants to dump out even harder. And that's what I've seen from all these. So you've got the Envy that goes out with a nice subtle flavored fade at the end. The Tempo is going out and it's got a little more fade to it than what happened on there, but it's not as hard as the final one. The Entropy is going to dump even harder, but none of them will dump as hard as the Star Pig. Throw that out and it immediately just starts cranking over. All right, now let's take a look at forehands, because let's face it, Jeremy Koling, forehand master. So first I'm going to start with the Envy, and I'm not going to be able to make it to the basket with these, probably. I'm just going to try to throw these nice and straight, nice and crisp if I can. Not my strongest throw. I rolled that over a little, had a little wobble coming out, but then it just settled up and went nice and straight. Okay, now the Tempo. I threw that a little nose up, so it never got a chance to go flat, and so it just held out there. But you saw it handled the torque a lot better. Felt good. I like the nice flat profile of it. Feels good for a forehand. But it's not going to dump over as much as this if I throw them all straight. Threw that nice and low. Didn't give it a chance to fade back out. And then finally we'll just compare it to the Pig. Oh, lots of wobble, but it'll still fight out more. And so there you go, down and dirty, just a quick look at what's going on with the Tempo, where it fits in the MVP, and even how it compares to something like the Pig. And I think it's a great disc. First of all, it's beautiful, and it flies great, but it's going to be more of a pushing disc than a dumping disc. There you go, hope that helps, and I hope to see you out on the course.